Hello there and welcome to yet another edition of the Lagos Transportation Agenda. My name is Austin Inyan, and on this show we highlight current events, explore topical issues, as well as showcase emerging trends in the dynamic and multifaceted world of transportation.
Great economies are built on good transportation network. This is why Lagos State Government through LAMATA has been working tirelessly to enhance the state's transport infrastructure and implement the Strategic Transport Master Plan (STMP) for Lagos and create a world-class transport network for the metropolis. The STMP would deliver 6 rail lines, 1 monorail, 14 BRT routes, 26 water transport routes, 3 cable car routes, and several road intervention to promote the integration of the transport modes. When all these projects are completed, there will be lower emission, leading to better health for all, lower road crashes, better quality of life, and faster economic growth. With the BRT already running in some corridors, jetties being upgraded, and rail line from Okokomaiko to CMS coming on board soon, life of Lagosians in the face of Lagos is changing every day. A healthier and more prosperous Lagos is in the making, and LAMATA is driving it. LAMATA, keeping Lagos moving.
On Thursday, the 19th of September 2024, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, as part of its mandate to ensure a safe, secure, and effective aviation industry in Nigeria, performed the launching ceremony of its online consumer protection portal, as well as uniforms for its staff to be stationed at strategic points in our nation's airports. The event was graced by heads or representatives of agencies, departments within the aviation ecosystem, as well as representatives of local and foreign airlines operating in Nigeria. The special guest of honor was the Minister for Aviation and Aerospace Development, Mr. Festus Keyamo, SAN. In his address of welcome, the Acting Director General of the NCAA, Captain Chris Najomo, listed the NCAA's mandate, which the online portal is meant to enhance, to include safety, security, economy, and consumer protection.
The Honorable Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, directors in the Federal Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development here present, the Managing Director FAN, the Managing Director NAMA, the Director General NIMET, the Director General NSID, directors in the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority and other aviation parastatals present, airline chieftains, NAFTA executives, industry stakeholders, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Upon my assumption of office as Acting Director General of Civil Aviation, I had 2 clear mandates to fulfill from the NCAA point of view: the Honorable Minister's 5-point agenda, and ultimately Mr. President's renewed hope agenda. Broadly written, Mr. President pledged to strengthen the NCAA to maintain standards in the industry. The Honorable Minister took this forward by ensuring that number 2 of his 5-point agenda stated as follows: support for the growth and sustenance of local airlines, businesses, whilst holding them to the highest international standards in the aviation industry. These standards, from a regulatory standpoint, cover safety, security, economic, and consumer protection. As the head of the CAA, I incorporated this into my NCAA Project 2024 as sub-goal aptitude titled Intensify Consumer Protection. Thus, when I signed the performance bonds with the directors in NCAA, one key deliverable for the Director of Consumer Protection and Public Affairs was to activate the Consumer Protection Portal. Before the end of 2024, coincidentally, this was also number 2 of my deliverables to the director. I guess number 2 is a special number. Our collective desire to fulfill this task within this timeline was driven by the need to revolutionize consumer protection activities in NCAA, whilst enforcing airlines' compliance with regulatory requirements in Part 19 of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Regulations. It is, therefore, with great pride, excitement, and humility that I present to the Honorable Minister to launch the NCAA Consumer Protection Portal. This initiative represents a significant step in our commitment to safeguard the rights and interests of the aviation consumer across our nation. In today's rapidly evolving marketplace, consumers face myriads of challenges, from being unaware of their rights to navigating complex regulations to addressing poor services or unfair practices. Hence, the need for a robust system to protect and empower consumers has ever been more critical. The Consumer Protection Portal is NCAA's proactive response to the challenges. Indeed, its benefits are far-reaching. This platform is designed to provide consumers with quick access for lodging complaints, collation of data on airline flight operations, real-time monitoring of airlines, punctuality, and on-time performance. Let me tell you this portal. This portal will showcase the punctuality. It will showcase how airlines are doing. It will showcase it real on time. So you as an airline, make you know the way I'm going to see. It will offer a wealth of resources, including guidelines on consumer rights, tools for reporting grievances, a source for data reference for the purpose of research and development, for informed decision-making, improved services, and ultimately support to Nigerian aviation consumers and industry. The portal is not merely a digital space. It is a beacon of transparency and accountability. We aim to create a more equitable marketplace where consumers can confidently engage with businesses. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our dedicated team of consumer protection officers who work tirelessly with the developers to bring this deliverable to feature. Our 207 dedicated consumer protection officers stationed across 23 airports in Nigeria, working round the clock to ensure that passengers' grievances are addressed speedily, and to our partners and stakeholders who have shared their insights and expertise. Your commitment to protecting consumers have been instrumental in making this initiative a reality. As we launch this portal today, I urge all of you to spread the word. It is for you as it is for us. It is thus essential that every aviation consumer in Nigeria is aware that this resource understands how to utilize it effectively. Together, we can foster a culture of empowerment and vigilance, ensuring that aviation consumers know their rights and have the tools to advocate themselves. Finally, on behalf of the NCAA, I wish to express our appreciation to our infatigable Honorable Minister for his steadfast support, which has in no small measure led to the accreditation of this milestone. Honorable Minister, sir, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the NCAA Consumer Protection Portal embodies our unwavering commitment to digitalizing the NCAA processes and protection of aviation consumer rights and welfare. Together, we are not just launching a portal, we are igniting a renewed movement for change. Thank you and God bless.
An official of the NCAA was on hand to explain the workings and benefits of the Consumer Protection Portal and the uniforms for staff of the NCAA for easy access and the comprehension of air travelers, operators, and regulators alike. Speaking before the formal launch of the portal and the uniforms, the Aviation Minister, Mr. Keyamo, SAN, praised the NCAA's initiative, describing it as a confirmation of Nigeria's high rating as far as global safety and security indices are concerned.
some people have asked, what's the big deal about a portal? But I say this, anything that begins to exist when nothing existed before is a big deal. Because if it was easy, they would not run out before.
Collecting data and statistics report, airline flight disruption report. It's a dashboard for performance analysis. What this does is you can see on the portal how each airline is performing in Nigeria. So passengers can go on the portal and they can actually even inform their decision on the choice of airline to make. Where consumers can sign in and log their complaints, the airline customer service managers also will have access to this.
Akété ilé ọgbọ́n, Èkó akété ilé ọgbọ́n, arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má já o, Èkó arọ́mísà lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́, arọ́mọdé dẹ́ kó má má sá o, Èkó arọ́mísà lẹ́gbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́.
If you're just joining, this is the Lagos Transportation Agenda, and this is our coverage of the formal launch of the Consumer Protection Portal and uniforms of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA. The high point of the occasion was the launch by the Minister.
The Honorable Minister, sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and stand on the existing protocols. So I hereby, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, invite the Honorable Minister to come and do the launching of the portal.
Thank you so much. The Acting Director General of the NCAA, the directors here present, representatives of sister agencies, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to perform two functions. One is to launch this portal, and I understand the second one is to launch the uniform for the consumer protection officers. We are all consumer protection officers, all of us, at the NCAA. There is nothing that we do here. There is no statistics that we achieve in the world like they rated us very high yesterday by the Aviation Working Group in the world. There's nothing we do that will make sense, if it does not translate to improved services for the final traveling public, It must translate to something. It's not about the profits the airline will make. It's not about how good the NCAA will look. It's not about how, we improve even the conditions of the workers in NCAA. The final thing we must achieve in the sector is that the final traveling consumer, the person boarding the aircraft, must have an improved experience, must feel the change, either in terms of prices, in terms of the environment, in terms of the traveling experience. So, everybody is working for that final consumer. Everybody is working for that final, including myself. As a frequent flyer myself, I have seen firsthand the rage of passengers who are either disappointed by delayed flights, by cancelled flights, by even some ugly experiences on those flights. I have seen the rage. And this is a means by which they can ventilate that rage. It's when they don't see the avenue to ventilate that rage, that anger. They don't see officers around to complain to. They don't have a means by which they can lodge those complaints real time. That is when they resort to damaging things at the airports. That is when they resort to molesting the staff of airlines and the staff of the fan or NCAA, you see at the airports. So this is a very good means by which they can then ventilate that grievance or those grievances at the airport. So I thank all of you for doing this. The whole world is going digital. The whole world is resorting, to things like this, not to manual complaints. So say you have to go to one counter, you have to wait for the officers to come 3 days. In fact, in those days, you have to come and keep coming back to the airport for you to get relief or to get some kind of attention. But this we cannot do it digitally, and I thank you for this initiative. In fact, this is also a double-edged sword, because this portal also puts the NCAA under pressure, because it reveals how many complaints you have received, how many you have resolved, the length of time it takes to resolve those complaints. It will show here. So it puts you under pressure too. And just to mention here that we are not unaware of the complaints of people whose monies have not been returned by certain airlines who have stopped operations of late due to safety concerns. I received tons and tons of those complaints in my emails. They come to my DM, they send messages to me. Because of where I'm coming from, I've been a lawyer servicing the public for 30-something years before I was called to serve the public. So people find a way to have access to me. And that's why I receive these complaints directly. The director from the operation mentioned that I'm bombarded with this complaint directly from people. When people are at the airport, they are shouting, it's Keyamo, they will call. I'll just be seeing my phone ringing and say, problem, don't they even go airport? They have my number. They'll be calling me, we are here now, we are here. Okay, Keyamo, we are here now. I'll be calming them down. I say, don't worry, somebody will complain, and send to you. So this also solves my problem. I'm going to put this up now to say this direct your complaint to the portal. So I encourage the NCAA officers. The uniform we expose you at the airports too. We hope that our consumer protection rating will go up, just like other ratings are going up too in the aviation sector. So it's a challenge to all of us, and this is a healthy competition. I want to see all directorates trying to outdo themselves. So every officer has a login code, right? So I've logged in now. It's my honor and privilege to then formally launch this portal. God bless you. And I launched this uniform soon. Congrats. 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 God bless you all.
In a conversation with newsmen shortly after, the minister reiterated the determination of the Tinubu administration and the renewed hope agenda to prioritize customer satisfaction as part of its agenda for the revitalization of the Nigerian aviation industry.
Everything that we do in the aviation sector must finally translate to improved traveling experience for the traveling public. If it does not improve, it does not translate to that, then we have done nothing. And this is what we have come here today to demonstrate. The traveling public, they deserve better. They deserve to know how their complaints are being treated. They deserve to know who to complain to. They deserve to know the length of time it will take for their complaints to be addressed. they deserve to know who to hold responsible. And that is what this portal seeks to achieve. The portal also puts the regulators under some kind of searchlight too, because it tells us the length of time it's taking for them to address these complaints, what exactly they have done in addressing these complaints, and so on and so forth. What government can do is to open up the environment for private businesses to thrive. Government does not even need to give money. There's hardly, what kind of money do you want to give to the aviation industry? It's so capital intensive. There's no amount of money government gives to the industry that can make them survive. It is actually the kind of policies to attract foreign investors, to attract patronage, to make this environment especially safe and conducive for people to come in with their equipment, their aircraft, their engines, their parts, for the local operators to survive. And that, of course, has been our focus. Look, it would have been easy for us, like some previous people did, to throw up their hands to say, look, it's not working. Some other people have more capacity than us, and then they go outside the country to invite those capacities to kill our local capacity. So I am very clear as to our direction in the aviation industry, very clear. And Mr. President mandated that we should go that way. And also thank Mr. President for giving us all the support. Now, I'm sure you see the clear difference in policies. One says, no, we cannot do it. And so you go and attract people from outside to come and dominate our space. I say, no. Let us see how those people do it, and rather create that same environment for our own people to achieve what others who are not anyway better than us can achieve. It's a clear policy shift, and that is what we have decided to do in the aviation. Not to do these short and quick wins. The short ones, you think, well, it's just short. Let us go and bring people, and then you will see some seeming change in the first 3-4 months, and at the end of the day, you kill the entire local business. So it is better to take the hard road and to get to glory land at the end of the day. What we have done is to take the hard road. And what is the hard road? We decided to go around the world to say, look, what do you want us to do to be like Qatar, to be like Addis Ababa, to be like, what do you want us to do? And they gave us conditions. Because we have the country already, we have the economy, we have the population, we have the traveling public. So why can't we be like them? It's very simple. Why can't we? And so they gave us these conditions. We have started to address these conditions one by one. Other people ignore these conditions. I saw letters of 10 years ago, 5 years ago, they wrote to Nigeria to say, you are not fulfilling this. And they ignored those letters. I went back to those letters. And this is the first step. There are other steps coming. It's still some way to go. But what we did, we actually drew from our wealth of professional background. We did the Cape Town Convention. We did the practice direction. The world applauded. They are applauding. They are rating us high. We will continue to do this to ensure that this place, this country, becomes like every other country in the world that enjoys the patronage of the big lessors and financiers across the world. And that's the path we have taken.
And that has been the show today. I hope you join the Lagos Transportation Agenda at this time and on this channel next week, God willing, when we will bring you another very interesting discourse in the dynamic and multifaceted world of transportation in our nation and beyond. Until then, this is Austin Ian saying bye for now.